Yo, it's Duff for the Cloud Chaser TV, man. We back up in this thing again. You dig? Hey, man, we got a special guest online, man. Special guest. Can you introduce yourself, brother?
Going on? It's Brad Mcfly, aka the 5'10" giant. Take flight.
Oh, can you let them know where they can follow you just in case they don't know?
Yeah, y'all can follow me anywhere, any social media platform. I use the same handle at Brad McFly, Instagram, Twitter, um, Facebook, all of that. So I try to keep it real simple at Brad McFly. I got the
Uh,
website, redmcfly.com. Everything's the same.
dope, dope. So let's, you know what I'm saying, take me back to the beginning, man. Like the beginning, I'm saying, like your first introduction to hip hop.
Uh, my first introduction to hip hop was you know, having older brothers, older cousins, stuff like that. That was always doing me. Like my whole family, it's like everybody was a damn artist in the family.
Mm,
So I'm younger and I'm looking up to them like, damn, I want to do that too. So started like that, but then it goes on to like high school. Fast forward, I'm there. I'm learning how to make beats because I don't even know nothing about where to go to look for beats, where to get studio time and all that. So I'm like, I'm learning it myself. So I started off on the little simple music programs and then just took it from there. You know what I mean?
yeah, no doubt, no doubt. So like, so how old were you around this time? And what year we
Uh,
talking?
yeah, I'm in high school. Like 15, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Getting into it. A lot. See, the thing is, a lot of people always thought I was. They always think that I'm older than what I was
Mm-hmm.
because I was in high school going to clubs where you're supposed to be 21, but we talked to the promoter, whatever, yo, let us in, let's do this thing. You could keep us all the way on the side. As soon as we get on stage, we'll get out of here. We ain't trying to drink and nothing like that. And I was doing shit like that, when I was 15, mingling with dudes I was 25 and up at these same events. So they always probably thought I was older than what I was.
Got you. So
Yeah.
doing that like that first year, did you get your placement? Did you get a placement like that
I
first
ain't get
year?
a placement. I ain't get a placement for a while. Um, like it all basically started with us. Everybody that was in my crew that we had, we was just doing only music with ourselves, and then I had the studio. So everybody that lived in this town where I live in Pennsylvania, Allentown, Pennsylvania, everybody came to record with us at the studio. So I was just working with all local artists. That was my bread and butter, just working with only local artists. And then it took a while before I got to actually produce something for somebody that had like a name.
Got you. I got you.
Yeah,
So when it came to like local artists, and you said that you was making money dealing with the local artists, correct?
yeah. Like we had the little studio. We was charging. I think it was like $30 an hour. I was selling beats. I was starting off selling beats for like $50, $100, and then it started going up to like $200. And the more I got my name known, the more I started charging for the beats. But I remember I was selling beats for $50 in the beginning.
Mm,
We had the studio where I lived next door to the studio, so I would be in there. It was times where I would go in there. It's like it's daylight out. So by the time I'm in there and I leave, it don't became nighttime and then daylight again. So it's daylight again when I leave. Like it'd be 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm leaving at 8 o'clock the next morning.
getting it in.
Yeah.
So like, let me keep you right there. I'm gonna jump to the future a bit, and we gonna go back to the, your story. Like when like right now, when you saying that, how you make the money, how you making your beats. Now, what's going on with the beat makers now, producers, engineers? They a lot of them are online based, and they have like the leases and things of
Yeah.
that nature. So like, you got anything to comment on that, like far as the way they do it
Oh
now
man.
versus the old way?
Yeah. That honestly, I do that too, because sometimes there's more money in that than selling. Because a lot of is the thing. Like a lot of artists that sell beats to these known artists. They wound up giving them the beat for free. So now you got 20, 30, 40, 50 artists promising giving these artists the beats and giving them everything for free, studio time. So when you come in there talking business, sometimes they like, you gotta prove something to me first before I come in there spending some bread with you. So a lot of artists, like I watched the wave of the artists like Cash Money, AP, Taz, Taylor, and some of these dudes I don't spoke to them already. They they might sell 1,000 beats for $100 or 250 or $50 or whatever in like a month's time. Whereas you sometimes you might get one placement this month, two placements this month or whatever, and then now you eating off of all of these artists as opposed to just and you do that and you do both. You still shopping your beats and then you maintaining by like I know producers that make 10, 20, 30, $40,000 a month just off selling beats to local artists. Like it's a huge market and and I'm glad you asked about that because a lot of people don't ask about that. Like the whole type beat genre, like
Yeah.
future type beat and all that. Um, there's money in that. And
Yeah, I
there's
see.
a
It
lot of
gotta be.
producers
People keep
that's
doing it. It gotta be something there because people
yeah,
keep coming. They are reinventing it.
yeah. I just started getting back on my YouTube thing of posting beats for sale. I got the Beat Stars on the website where I sell the beat. You get a contract right away. You get the track outs. You get everything. So I'm just uploading beats, and I'll be sitting here. My phone will go off. Bing, PayPal. Sold another beat. Sold a sample kit. Sold a drum kit. All of that. And it's just I did the work, and now I just wait for the sales to go through. You still promoting it and everything, but the work is already done. You don't got to email the beats anymore. No, it's
Yeah.
honestly to me that's easier than placing music with bigger artists. Cause you ain't really got to deal with contracts too much. You ain't got to deal with clearing samples. You don't got to deal with the labels, clearing this and clearing that. So I could see anybody's reasoning behind doing whichever route they like to take.
No doubt. So
Yeah.
let's go back. Like I said, let's go back to the story. So, now you making money. You dealing with the local artists now. Take me to the point where you know that big artist or that big label come in and say they want some of your material as well.
What you mean? You saying like
Like you
with
said, you was dealing with the local artists at the
yeah,
time. Like
yeah.
take us like now take us to
Oh,
like
okay,
that
yeah.
point when you was dealing with the major artist or the major label.
Yeah, like one of the first artists that even gave me a shot at and probably one of the biggest artists that even jumped on my stuff was like when my manager at the time, Ted, introduced me to French and everybody. And it all started with me going to a show and then I spoke to him and I'm like, yo, I do beats. And sometimes like a lot of artists, they get a lot of artists that come and talk to them and they always artists and everything. So I come as a producer. So I'm like, yo, I do beats. I talked to him. I spoke to Chinks. So he let me email him some records. And then the next time I seen him, he like, yo, you them beats that you gave us, me and Chinks was rapping on them joints last night. And he told Chinks like, yeah, he the one that did them beats. Right? So ever since then, he gave me his number. And then Chinks wound up jumping on the record with me. And then I wound up opening doors for other artists. Like I was able to work with because sometimes you do a little name dropping when you meet artists and stuff. So
Yeah.
I started working with like PD Crack, a lot of the Philly rappers, Reed Dollars, Cicero, um, Tony Sunshine from Terror Squad, Lil Flip, uh, French actually got Kanye West to rap on one of my beats. So that
Mm.
was to me that was like
Yeah, that's dope.
that yeah. So then I started producing for all the Coke Boys, Drew, Brock, Cheese, all of them. We built really good relationships and everything. Brazy introduced me to Top Dog and all of them, and
Hmm.
started, doing stuff. They got some artists that that they Keem is putting like like new artists, developing them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I did some records. I actually just sent them some records today, and then I feel like I'm gonna forget some of these artists, but it opened doors like to do beats for a lot of other artists and stuff. Once you, because I always tell people like once you get that one door and that one placement or whatever, it start making it easy to do other things because you learn a little bit how you deal with them. You learn your catalog for one. You can start naming like, yo, I got this artist that I produce for this, that, and that, and they might be like, oh, okay, let me hear something, look it up or whatever, and then
Yeah.
you feel like you look more established and professional when you start doing them type of things. Like when you start saying like I produce for this artist, my catalog is real important. Like your work history, it's like a
Hmm.
resume.
No, no doubt. So let me ask you a question, like staying right there. When it come down to dealing with, like you said, you dealing with the whole Coke Boys camp versus dealing with like one individual artist. You think it's better to deal with, with the whole camp versus?
Yeah, honestly, I feel like that was always one of my goals that I wanted to do was I wanted to be like an in-house producer for a team. Like I wanted to, like we growing up, we seen like Rough Riders, seen Rockefeller, seen like these, you seen like these franchises. You know what I mean? Like you wanted to be a part of that. So I
Yeah,
always wanted to help build something, even if I couldn't get on to a already established team like that. I wanted to always be like I wanted to. It's just something about having like a whole team and you being a producer and you pumping out these records and everything. And that was always something I wanted to do. Some people, they like to be able to. That's one thing about being a producer too. Like you can work with everybody. When you're an artist, you might sign with a label or whatever, and you just were dealing with them. But like when you're a producer, you can work with whoever. But I just sometimes I might have a really good relationship with artists. Like when I did the record for Shine, and him and Game was going through something. I didn't know he was going to use the beat on a diss record, but then like I was told that Game probably wanted to use a record from one of my beats to come back at him or whatever. I stayed out of it. I'm like I can't play both sides of the fence, but I got no issues with him. But it wouldn't look cool for me to do a beat for him and then come and do a beat for him and they come going at each other. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah. So things like that. I just that's just how I just have certain loyalty when I deal with people and shit.
No, no doubt. So like when you first heard that, when you gave Shine that beat, and then you heard it come back, and did you know automatically he was dissing Game or
I heard it and I was like, you know, me and Sean already had a relationship going on as homies. Like we was speaking all the time. He would call me, I would call him, and he would be in like Paris and around the world. He wouldn't even, I'm calling internationally, speaking to him, and I was just like, this what it is. It is what it is. You know what I mean? But I ain't got no issues with Game or nothing like that. But I know that the picture was painted. Like I did an interview with the Source magazine. That was the first question they asked me was about that during that time.
yeah, I bet shit, man.
Yeah.
Cause that's when Shine first came home, correct? Like Shine had just came home, like he was
Yeah, I
home less
guess
than
they
a
had
year.
an issue with him saying something about Kendrick, which I wasn't really following the scenario anyway. I didn't even really know what was
Yeah, it
going
was
on
pretty
at the
quick.
time.
It was pretty quick. I
Yeah,
remember
I
it
wasn't
like
really
it was
following
quick.
what started it. I
Yeah,
probably could have diffused that shit if I would have knew that. And I guess Game said something about him, so then they just started. It like you said, it happened real quick, and then it died out real quick. It didn't last for too long,
yeah,
so that was good because you know I'm a fan of his music, so I went. I ain't want that shit to go on too much.
dope. And then
Yeah.
you talked about your relationship with like Brazy K, and Brazy K introduced you
Hmm.
to TDE. How did
Yeah.
that come about? How you meet Brazy K?
I met him, through street shit,
Hmm.
and then we was running with we was running under him with we was doing the thing we was doing, and he introduced me to Flip. But me and Bray, we knew each other for years before all of this. Like we knew each other. I knew him for at least you talking like almost 15 years now. You know what I mean? Probably longer. Then he wanted to introduce me. He started getting into the music and everything because he always, he was always in the street and everything. And then he started getting into music. He introduced me to Big Flip, and Flip had me working with his artist that he had that was pushing. And then we wound up meeting Top Dog and all of them through there. So that's how that started.
Oh, dope, dope.
But me and him, we knew each other for a long time.
Got you, got you. And then jumping back to you worked with Gilly the Kid. I heard you forgot to mention him. It was Gilly the Kid, right?
I didn't really we didn't really do a lot of we didn't really do like work. I met him a few times through this other artist, Jen, and then we did like these little promo videos that we was doing and stuff when I was helping them get their clothing line off the brand. They had the cash on delivery clothing brand,
Mm-hmm.
and we met Gilly. Petey Crack actually set that up. We wound up meeting him and stuff, and so he wound up getting a better. We and him stopped talking to each other. He wound up getting a better relationship with him. So that's basically what that was.
Got you. And like R.I.P. Chinks Drugs. Like you got any stories with him in the studio?
Oh yeah, Chinks. It was wild. One of the last times I saw Chinks before he passed, he came out to my town. He did a show, and then I didn't even bring him. One of the promoters had brought him out, and then he had me come through. He shouted me out, let everybody in the town. It was a nice night. He let everybody know, like, yeah, this is my nigga Red right here. So I remember everybody was bugging him and stuff that night, and he was like, "Yo, you sure you want this life? Like, you sure you want to live this life, man?" I remember he said that, and that shit kind of stuck with me. I was like, "Damn." And he wound up passing not too much longer after that. But I
Wow.
remember the day when we was going to go do the song, the Taking Flight song with him. I was driving, my man Ted. I'm speeding on the highway. I'm doing like 100, and I'm not paying attention to what's going on. And we got pulled over. And I remember Chinks called me like, "Yo, what's going on?" And I'm like, "Yo, them niggas took Ted." He like, "What?" So he like, "Yo, let me know what the hell going on." And they wound up letting him go, and then we went out there, but we almost didn't make it out there to do the record. But then I'm glad we went because that song wound up doing pretty good. Funk Flex showed us some love on Hot 97. The Source magazine premiered it.
Oh, dope,
It wound up getting a lot of play out here and stuff on the radio and everything.
dope.
So yeah, and I was always cool. Like anytime they had shows or whatever, I always come through. I just never really asked him to jump on the song. Then one time I was like, "Yo, you want to jump on this record with me?" And he showed me love. I wish I would have been able to do more music with him before all of that.
Yeah.
Nobody knows somebody not gonna be here. That you think you got all the time in the world,
So you
and you just never know when somebody's gonna be gone.
no, that's a fact. That's a fact, man.
Sometimes,
R.I.P.
like a
That's
lot
young
of the
brother.
homies that you have, y'all might not do a lot of music together because you always think like, "Oh, we got plenty of time to do that."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I just tell people now, like, "Yo, if that's your man. Y'all both do music. Get that music done. You never know.
No, absolutely.
Create memories while y'all still here."
No, I feel that one. So like with Coke Boy Brock, he was just up here as well as on the podcast, man. Like what's your relationship with him?
Uh, I mean, as far we cool. We just haven't spoken in a while.
Hmm.
Yeah.
What about French Montana? Is it still like any ongoing relationship with Coke Boys?
Yeah. I just texted French last night. He texted me, told me he using a beat that I sent him, and that's he a big artist, so you
Yeah,
might
hell yeah.
he one of them dudes you hit him sometimes. Sometimes he don't hit you back. Sometimes he
Mm.
do. Sometimes he don't. But
Just
when
like
he
for
do,
up and coming artists, up and coming, like why you right there for like up and coming artists, like you just said, you're a big artist. Like you just said, like you know, you took it like how you feel about it, and a lot of artists, producers, they might get upset because of that happening.
yeah,
Anything you could tell them, like far as
because because this is the thing. Like, I came in, I came around on working with that team like right before French really blew up. Like, this was when he still was in the streets. He still was getting about 5,000 a show. So I watched him go from a $5,000 show artist to a almost $100,000 show
mhm.
artist. Like, I was there when his last mixtapes before he dropped the Shot Caller. Oh wait, it was before that. Before Chop It Down and all of that
Yeah,
with Rick Ross and Waka Flocka.
I know you're
So I
talking
started
about.
coming around there, and then I watched the whole thing go. So I seen how somebody could just go from like here up to there. But the fact of the matter, I always tell people like, he don't owe nobody nothing. He don't owe me nothing. You know what I mean? None of these artists do. Like, now I can see if I produce something and that was the song that took them and they blew, then that's one thing. But any artist I ever deal with, like, I never take it real personal unless we start hanging out. He come to my house, eat dinner. Like, Tony Sunshine, probably one of the only artists that came to my house and like ate dinner. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And Gravy, he came to my house before. The one that he played Biggie in the Biggie movie.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
I know you're talking about.
So unless you really bring people to your house and stuff like that, you ain't really can't really take business. Like, a lot of what I tell artists is never mix emotions with business.
Mm.
Because when you start getting emotional, you start making wrong decisions. Cause now you mad. So now I'm not doing this now because I ain't fucking with him or whatever. And now you don't close the door on yourself because you mad about one little he ain't pick up the phone. Like, he think he Hollywood now and all. Like, man, forget all that. Try to try to figure out a way so you could get on that level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, facts.
And then show him then. Like, now I'm not gonna answer the phone with your ass call.
Yeah, I respect that. You know what I'm saying? I definitely respect that. Even like with podcasting, sometimes people have to reschedule or things of that nature. But what I'm saying, you still got to keep it moving. And
Yeah,
then you got
and
to be
you
professional.
never know what a person really going through in their life.
Hmm.
Like, you never really know what's going on in their personal life. So yeah.
No, no doubt, man. Man, we appreciate you blessing us with this interview, man. Like anything you got up and coming.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'm supposed to say, but I'm working on a project that I ain't really speak on yet, but it's almost done.
Okay.
I'm working on that. I'm working with some artists from around the world. Like, I got a record that just dropped with John Jay. He's a well known rapper from Puerto Rico.
Mm,
He get millions of views and stuff like that on his videos. I'm working with some artists from Thailand. I'm
dope.
working with a lot of Asian artists and stuff. I'm trying to spread the other parts of the world and see what we can do. I'm
Yeah,
trying to, like, I use the name Take Flight, so I'm trying to take flight and take it global.
got you.
And then we got the clothing line. We relaunching it in about another less than a month. We're gonna be relaunching the clothing line, the website. Everything's gonna be redone. Different shirts, hats, all of that stuff. So when I drop the project, we're gonna have the merch to go along with it, and the t-shirts, and all of that stuff.
Oh yeah, that's dope right there. That's real dope.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, salute Roncan East Podcast, man. Y'all follow us up at Roncan East Podcast. That for the Cloud Chaser TV, man. Hey,
Yeah.
salute Brazy K. Let me ask you
Yeah.
one more thing. Like when it comes down to the producers, do you have any, issues? Rappers have issues with other rappers. You have any issues with other producers over the years?
Nah. That's the thing. Like, a lot of the producer community, a lot of it is it's a lot more unity than the artist side of things, because a lot of producers I noticed about producers, like they got a certain mind state, they on a certain wavelength, and I don't really know how to explain it, but a lot of producers got like a certain way of thinking,
Mm,
and I haven't, me personally, I haven't come across no producers that had no issues or nothing like that. The only way I could see somebody had an issue is if you stole they loops or something like that, and
mm.
that could be the only reason I could see something like that happening.
Got you. Got you. Yeah, because I see it like time to time. I don't see it a lot because a lot of times producers are behind the scenes, so a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times they don't be in the in the front. But then when them times when they do hop to the front, sometimes they have issues with other producers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
It
but
that
no, that's
that's
dope.
more so to me. That's probably more of an ego thing. What
Ego.
it boils down to. That's
Yeah,
what if I could guess. That's what I said.
yeah, yeah. No, it
Ego
definitely could be
clashing.
about yeah. I think it'd be somewhat about that too. It ego, positioning at that point in time.
Yeah.
Like say for example, you came in, you started with producer, and somehow he ended up going with another team, and then you know what I mean. So it'd be a lot of that, like, oh well, I taught you this, and you took it over there. Now they using my shit. So I
Mm-hmm.
guess I understand it for sure. You know
Yeah.
what? I think it's a little deeper than just like when it comes to rappers versus a person just saying one line. Then somebody actually, like you said, taking their whole loops and taking their
Yeah.
whole get down shit.
Yeah. Like I just tell, like I said, go back to what I said. Like, man, never mix emotions with business. That'd be the answer to a lot of things. Like, so I'm getting a lot of these artists. They be too damn emotional. Too
Yeah,
many feelings get involved and stuff like that. And that if you could eliminate that, that probably get rid of a lot of issues that people have.
I could definitely believe that right there. Definitely think because it's like that's like you said. That's the main thing is emotion. It's always it's tied the situation is tied to some sort of emotion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep. No, no doubt, man. Really appreciate you touching the platform, man. Just so they know one more time, can you let them know where they can follow you at?
Yeah, y'all can follow me on the I'm on Instagram, I'm on Twitter at Red McFly. YouTube is Red McFly. Facebook is Red McFly. The website is redmcfly.com. I'm on BeatStars under Red McFly. I try to keep it real uniform and keep the same name on every platform. I got stuff on Spotify. It's all under Red McFly. I make it real easy for y'all to find me. I ain't hard to find at all.
Yeah, no, no
And I'm
doubt.
not, I'm always open to working with more people. Like you never know who that one artist will be like I remember seeing artists. I ain't gonna say no names, but I remember seeing artists before they blew, and I kind of didn't really see them blowing like that, and then they wound up going way out of here.
Mm.
You just never know. So that one artist might be the one that hit me up. I've had producers that hit me up to send me beats. They winded up producing a hit or whatever, and they out of here. Now I can't even get a beat from them.
Mm.
I've had that happen too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Let me
Mm.
ask you, like, why you saying like with different things just came to my mind though. Like, I don't know if it's an issue, but like, I know with rappers. Of course, you see rappers right now. A lot of them saying that they won't work with artists like 6ix9ine.
Yeah.
Like when it comes to producers, y'all feel the same way, or it doesn't matter.
I can't speak for other producers, but me being a dude that came from the street and I don't went to jail and dealt with that type of stuff. I can't personally see myself working with them, but I know that a lot of producers they don't care
Mm-hmm.
because at the end of the day, to them it's only about money. And a lot of producers might not come from the street where they live by different rules and different codes. They don't live by the same stuff that we might live by, come from the street or whatever. So it's kind of hard to say all producers on that subject, but I just know me myself, I can't do it because I got certain principles that I live by.
Mm.
But more power to whoever they do it. That's on them. Maybe they don't live by the same. Like when they say snitching, if if I'm coming from the streets and I'm doing certain things that I ain't supposed to be doing any damn way, now I'm locked into those rules, the street rules, and whatever code I'm living by. My neighbor, or not even my neighbor, dude in another town that lives in a different neighborhood, he ain't got nothing to do with the streets, so he don't live by them rules. He live by the civilian rules, the regular, standing citizen rules. So if somebody does something to somebody that he knows, he might call the cops because that's what he's supposed to do. Whereas
Facts.
me, I might be like, I'm gonna handle this. I'm not gonna call the cops. So it's hard to which that stuff like that happen every day. But they handle it different. So it go the same thing with producers and art. But the artists be hard because a lot of artists try to act like they
Yeah.
from the hood, they from the street, they done went to jail, did all this and super gangsters and all that shit. So it'd be hard for them to really do it, even if they ain't from there. Cause now you already done told all these people that you the super gangster. That's like him. Like he was telling everybody he was you know, he thought he was a blood. He thought I don't know what the hell he thought he was, but they had him thinking that he was. And then now when shit hit the fan, now he telling on everybody.
That's a fact.
But he knew what he was getting into when he got into that lifestyle. And I understand I know the whole story of what they did with his baby moms and
Hmm.
all of that. But it's a fucked up scenario.
Yeah, but
I
like,
blame everybody. Everybody should have played like everybody was wrong in that scenario.
yeah, but like, that's how, like, when people say things like that, just for me, listening in, and people be like, oh well, they tried to hit his baby moms, but like, if you from that type of lifestyle, like, that's not uncommon. Like, they try
Yeah,
to do that shit all the
it
time. You
happened to
know what I
me
mean?
when I went to jail.
Yeah, like, it's not uncommon for someone to do that if you from, what I'm saying, that type of environment. Especially then your girl still lives around. It's not uncommon. It's not something that's, oh well, that's strange. And like you said,
And only
you
that,
was
he
in
knew
jail
about it.
and
He
you
knew
didn't
about
flip
it
on
before
your people,
before
did you?
they got booked. So he didn't do nothing about it then. So obviously it ain't mean that much to him.
Hmm.
He knew about that shit. We all knew about it before they got booked. That was something that was going around for a minute.
Oh, it was going around though in the industry.
Not, I mean, just the internet, the
Hmm.
industry, the streets. Like a lot of people knew about that already.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, no doubt, man, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, so yeah, man, I really appreciate you touching the platform, man. Hopefully, you come back on, man. As you drop
yeah.
different
Anytime.
things, and we build this relationship, man. At Wrong Kind East Podcast, y'all go sub us up on YouTube, man. Shout out Duff for the Cloud Chaser TV, man. We back up
Yeah,
in this thing
shout out.
again.
This I appreciate y'all having me on. Like honestly, as an artist, I've been away for a little bit. I've been having my own things that I've been going through, and then I've been mainly doing a lot of producing. So I came back doing music, recording music again. Like it was like out of nowhere. I just woke up one day like I'm recording again.
Hmm.
I told myself I was only going to produce, and everybody was asking me when's Take Flight 3 coming out, and when you the next song and video and all that. And it's like I just stopped, and then now I jumped back like a couple weeks ago, and I'm almost done with the whole album already.
Oh wow,
But now we gonna go full force as soon as we put this out.
good look. It's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope, man. That's dope. And that'll be available on all platforms and everything like that.
yeah.
Where you said that they can get them beats from again? Like, how, if they wanted to get in touch with you and get a beat?
The easiest way, if y'all want to just go to redmcfly.com, but if you go like on BeatStars, that's where a lot of people looking for beats at. I'm on there too under Red McFly. But if you go on my website, I make it real easy. Like you could just click right on the on there and buy beats right on the site. That's my that's my bread and butter right there. Online beat selling, man. It's a bigger business than people think it is.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I can imagine. There's a broader audience, just like you said. Like local is local, but you able to reach people that she probably
I've
won't be able
sold.
to reach.
I've had people email me and buy beats from me from Italy, Germany, England, Japan, like places I haven't even been yet, and they know about me because of the internet. Makes it so easy to get in contact with people and be known. That like I didn't even really heard all the songs that came out. For all I know, it's probably a hit over there, streaming a million stream. There's no way for me to know really because it's on the other side of the world, and they got a whole. It's like somebody could be famous here, but nobody would know who they are over there in one of them countries. Just
Yeah,
like over there, like
same.
in the UK, you got rappers like Stormzy and all of them. Like no, people don't know who they are over here really, but over there they big stars.
Yeah, I seen some Nigerian artists like that too. Like them dudes, it's a lot of them that I be seeing on
Yeah,
Instagram. I'm like, damn, these dudes living like,
yeah,
A big American artist, but I don't know
yeah.
who they are.
I just produced a record with shout out my bro Golf. There's an artist on there from Thailand. I don't even really know how to say his name, but he got 10 million views on one video on YouTube, and he probably well known over there, but over here we don't know because we
Hmm.
don't even speak the language to even know what he's talking about. But you just never know.
Exactly,
I
exactly.
try I try to be on top of stuff like following up, and I check the email, I type it in on Instagram or something and try to figure out who the hell this person is. Because sometimes you might sell to me beats you don't even know who you sold them to, but it's still a contract though. So if I ever find out, then we deal with it a certain way. But you just don't. It's hard to keep up with all of that. Like when it's dealing with international.
No, I understand. I
Yeah,
understand. All right, man. Again, man, I appreciate it, man. We out, man. Y'all hit them comments, man. Y'all share this video, man. Share this on Facebook, man. Share this
yeah.
on
I'm gonna share
all
this on
your.
my social media as well.
Oh, no doubt, no
I didn't
doubt.
get to share that first. I didn't know how it was set up, but I'm gonna make sure I let everybody that know me gonna know about this.
No, we appreciate that, man.
Most definitely.
Salute.